All right, listen up, y'all. If you haven't already heard, this news is gonna hit you like a ton of bricks. Angel Reese. Yeah, that Angel Reese, the one who's been dominating headlines, has officially announced she's done for the season. That's right, she's out. And what's the reason? A wrist injury. But let me tell you, something's not sitting right with me on this one. I've been following the whole situation closely, watching the games, replaying everything, and I don't know, man. I didn't see anything that screams season-ending injury. Look, I'm not saying she's not hurt, don't get me wrong, but what I am saying is, when did this happen? When did Angel Reese, of all people, get hit with an injury that's so bad it takes her out for the entire season? This is the same Angel Reese who has been making waves ever since her college days, helping LSU win that historic NCAA championship earlier this year. The same player who, even before the injury announcement, was still making plays, still hitting shots, including a clean three-pointer in her last game. How does someone go from that to being sidelined just like that? But wait, let's take a step back and really look at what we know. Angel announced on social media that she's out for the season because of this wrist injury. And if you follow basketball, if you follow Angel Reese, you know she's not someone who goes down easy. So, for her to come out and say she's done, it's got people talking. It's got people speculating. And not just me, but everyone, from fans to analysts, are scratching their heads. Because if you look at her last game against the Sparks, she didn't seem like someone who was playing through a serious injury. In fact, her performance was decent. No signs of limping, no visible pain, no discomfort. So what's really going on here? Let's break this down. I want to go through the footage with y'all, clip by clip, and see if we can find any evidence of this so-called season-ending injury. Because right now, I'm just not seeing it. Like, this wasn't a case where Angel took a hard fall or someone landed on her wrist awkwardly. In fact, she hit that last three-pointer like she was in prime condition. So where did this injury come from? I mean, does this sound like a sudden wrist injury that takes her out for the rest of the year? Or is there something else behind the curtain we're not seeing? And here's another thing that's been blowing up online. People are throwing around all sorts of theories. There are rumors, and I don't want to dive too deep into speculation, but we've got to address it because it's all over social media. Some are saying Angel's pulling a LeBron move. Yeah, you heard that right. A lot of folks are suggesting she might be faking or exaggerating the injury, especially since her Rookie of the Year chances have taken a hit. I mean, could it be that she sees the writing on the wall? That the awards aren't coming her way and the playoffs are slipping out of reach, so maybe she's choosing to go out on a high note? After all, she did hit that three in her last game, and some people are calling that a mic drop moment. And let's not forget the whispers about her possibly being pregnant. Now look, I don't want to stir the pot on this one, but it's out there. People are talking, and in this day and age, once the rumors start flying, they're hard to stop. If that's the case, why not just say it? Sure, it would create its own storm, but it's better than the confusing story we're left with right now. But what really has me scratching my head is the timing. Right when Kennedy Carter makes her return to the team, Angel Reese is suddenly gone. This whole thing feels weird, and if you've been keeping up, you know the situation with Carter has been messy, to say the least. There have been whispers, rumors, and flat-out accusations that Carter wasn't really sick when she was out. Now, I'm not here to point fingers, but it's suspicious how, just as one star player returns, the other one disappears. Is there something going on behind the scenes in that locker room that we don't know about? Are we seeing some internal drama spill out onto the court? And I want to be clear. I'm not here to trash Angel Reese. In fact, I'm a fan of hers. She's been a force in women's basketball. Her impact on the game, especially after LSU's NCAA win, has been undeniable. Her swag, her confidence, her ability to get buckets when it counts. She's the kind of player who changes the narrative, who brings attention to the game in ways we haven't seen in a long time. But this whole situation feels like it came out of nowhere, and we're all left trying to piece it together. Now, as we dive deeper into the footage, I want you to pay close attention. Watch how she moves her wrist. Does anything seem off to you? Because I'm seeing a lot of movement, and none of it suggests she's in pain. No wincing, no stiffness, no awkward holding of the arm. Nothing. And if you're dealing with a season-ending wrist injury, you'd expect something to be visible, right? So why isn't it? Then we get to the post-game interviews, and again, Angel is all smiles. She's talking like everything's fine, giving no real indication that she's dealing with a serious injury. This isn't the demeanor of someone whose season is suddenly over due to a physical issue. If I'm in her shoes and I'm sidelined with a wrist injury that ends my season, I'm not chatting like it's business as usual. I'm probably devastated, maybe even avoiding the media altogether. But Angel? She's out there, engaging with everyone like she's still in it. So what's really going on? Did something happen behind that we're not aware of? Is this wrist injury just a convenient way to exit a situation that's not playing out the way she hoped? Look, I'm just trying to piece it all together like the rest of you. Now, this whole situation brings me to another point. Angel Reese isn't just any player. This is someone who's been everywhere in the basketball world lately. She's got endorsements, she's got a massive following, and she's been on the front lines of pushing women's sports into the spotlight. People love her for her energy, her personality, and her game. So when she suddenly announces her season's over, people are going to question it. People are going to want answers. And you know what? I think we deserve answers too. This isn't just some bench player we're talking about. This is Angel Reese, the same Angel who went from dominating in college to being one of the most watched rookies in the league. If she's out, we need to know why. Look, at the end of the day, if Angel is hurt, I hope she recovers quickly. She's a generational talent, and it's a shame to see her sidelined. But if there's more to this story, and I've got a feeling there might be, I hope the truth comes out sooner rather than later, because right now it's just too confusing. The timing, the lack of visible injury, the rumors, it's all just too much. But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Does this look like a legitimate season-ending injury, or is something else going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. I want to know your take. Are you buying this wrist injury story, or are you as skeptical as I am? But now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Does this look like a legitimate season-ending injury, or is something else going on here? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. I want to know your take. Are you buying this wrist injury story, or are you as skeptical as I am? And hey, if you're new here or you've been watching but haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the time. We're going to keep diving into this story and more, breaking down the latest in basketball, so make sure you're locked in. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and tap the bell icon to stay notified whenever I drop new content. I'll catch you in the next video.